Okay. You should go full MR against Nami, especially when you have a melee support.
Okay, I pretty much go the attack speed every game.
No. Don't do it when you have a melee support against a magic damage dealing support.
Okay.
Especially at your level. You're not forgiven quite yet.
Alright.
What elo are you in right now? Plat?
Yeah, plat 5.
Alright. So this is a game where you're gonna rush IE, probably with Zerkers, and then rapid fire cannon. Because rapid fire cannon makes your energized attack faster, so your warlords comes up more often.
Okay.
And you don't have sustain otherwise. And actually, that's just like a side thing that doesn't matter as much. What's even more important is that against that comp, so they have 3 frontliners diving into you, right? So they have like Jax, Renekton, Fizz, whatever, or they could be any combo of that, right? At any given time, you could only really, if you have rapid fire cannon, like Jax has his E, and while he's E'd, your bolts won't affect him at all, and then Fizz has his E. So the rapid fire cannon will, like, the bolts won't really matter in team fights, and it'll just be like a loss of DPS because you won't have the or I mean the Runon's Hurricane, not the rapid fire cannon. The Runon's Hurricane will be a waste because the bolts won't actually be affecting 3 people at once, and it won't let you stack your headshot faster, like in any team fight scenario where it would actually be finished. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you have rapid fire cannon, you also like can abuse the range even further, and you don't really even want to be 650 away from Fizz, because 650 is like that's more than enough range for him to just like Q a minion or a tank, shark you, or like jump on you, whatever if he has Zonias, etc. You know what I mean? But like if you have extra range on an auto and you want to poke and you can get like a crit off it and one that heals you and speeds you up from that far away, it's actually really, really useful against this comp. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, alright.
I don't do that.
That's fine. Nobody told you to beforehand, so. You should go E against Lucian, or an ADC that's going to dash into you, or whatever it may be at level 2. See, like the W doesn't do anything for you here. You shouldn't keep fighting him. He has Fervor, and your Warlords isn't going to be up for a little. You could have just abused him in the matchup. He was just really dumb about all that. You had Headshot, right? You could have flash killed him. And you still have heal. Yeah, you could have killed him there. Does all that make sense?
Yeah, because
Right.
he didn't have heal, so.
Yeah, of course. And she had just used her heal as well, so you knew it wasn't up. Ooh! Alright, I didn't know they do that type of shit in Plat, I guess.
Dude, I've had games where people just randomly step on traps.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. That's one of the reasons Caitlyn's really good. You just have to get her animation cancels down. You're missing a lot of CS, by the way, so just practice that. Like, that's something you can literally just look up one of the guides, go into, like, practice tool, whatever it may be, and just practice CSing.
Yeah, I know I need to work on my CSing.
Like, just teleport to the other 2 lanes between waves to, last hit minions more. But no, seriously, like, in practice tool, I'm pretty sure you could speed up spawns and stuff too, right? Of minions? Maybe not.
You can fast forward the game.
Oh, yeah. Pretty much same thing, then. But, yeah. So, you can fast forward the game between waves and just last hit. Alright, Nami's playing back. If Nami is playing back, that means she doesn't have a jungler behind her. Or she's going for a ward in the try. Jeez. No, don't move away. You have heal and he doesn't. Because you can bait her in even further that way and make sure that... Okay. But, like... See, the thing is, I'm telling you what to do, and it's right. And these guys just somehow take your play and make it good.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's art.
It's plat.
Alright, that's good. Blitz should have definitely shoved the wave.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna jump to Blitz.
That sucks, actually. That sucks for you guys. You know, actually, there was a recent video translated of Apto when this same exact thing happened to him in mid lane, and he just started, like, cursing out the jungler. Like, and he did for the rest of the game, because the jungler didn't shove out the wave, and this is kind of that situation. Because he legit just gave them, like, 1.5 to 2 kills worth of gold and XP there.
Yeah.
But, of course, they didn't freeze it. They thinned out the wave. So, you're not actually in that bad of shape. That's why I tell people that they should never tilt, because if someone's doing something stupid in your game, even if it's you or a teammate, that means that the enemy team is equally as likely to do something stupid. You know what I mean? Because they don't know how to punish. But okay, you should be maxing Q with this build, because you're gonna have a lot of AD early, and you also really want the shove power. The shove power is really important, especially in range versus melee matchup.
So when I go IE first,
and it's better for combat against their lane, actually. When you go IE, yeah, I mean, in general these days, you max Q to shove wave, because meta is, like, get priority in every lane if you can. And that just gives you the opportunity to shove if you need to. Also, it's, like, easier to use in combat, especially since the solution dashes like an idiot. So yeah,
so
if he uses his dashes early, then you're going to be able to hit him in combat, like between autos, whatever it may be. You just have to link it at the right time.
Yeah, so is that something that I should do, like, pretty much every game, is max Q?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if you feel like lane is ending early and team fights are going to start soon and your trap is going to be good, like to have, you can go like 3 points in Q and then max trap. 3 points Q max trap is pretty nice, because it has like nice AD scaling still. Oh my god. No. Because it has nice AD scaling still, so with the 3 points you can still shove pretty hard. But you also have to utilize when you're trying to shove, you have to utilize the bushes to get more headshots. Okay. Just walk out of the fish and turn this into a 2v3. Like, he's already leaving. There's no reason for you to do this, and you waste the cooldown. That's 16 seconds almost on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, yeah, don't do that. She has sustain over you. That's not worth doing. Like when she gets here, and he should have Vamp Scepter, right? Because he's going Bork.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, he's like half health now.
Yeah. Like you have Warlords, but it's not as much constant sustain.
Right.
No, don't take the free auto, man. He's CC'd, right? Like if someone's CC'd, always take the free auto if they're about to die anyway, and then you can use the Q as like a follow up after you walk, because you can still walk after you auto, and the animation isn't as long, and so then you can close the distance to maximize the range of your Q. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Because I was in range to auto.
Yeah, exactly. And Q is a little longer range, so you can auto walk a little bit and then keep moving, keep moving. Your inputs are really clunky. He didn't need to do that. Oh well. Trap. Again, you should put another trap down. When he does this, hold the button next to your number 1, the tilde. Like just hold that down, and
Okay.
you can just click through the tower. You need to use target champions only if you're gonna play AD. Or any role really. Oh, that wasn't bad. It's 2 summoners for 1, but it is Lucian Flash. Oh my god! You could have flashed and just killed him there.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to just, like,
Yeah, it's fine.
on the trap. So I, like,
Just
wasn't,
be
like,
ready
ready
for
for it
anything.
at all.
Like you were saying, you know, people will legit just randomly step on it, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions so far?
I'm just, like, not, like, 100% sure, like, when, like, I should, like, get IE and, like, when,
Here, we'll talk about it here. Like right here, you
okay.
should get Zerkers and your pickaxe, and then potion and a pink ward. What?
Yeah. And then I follow him and just die.
Why? Yeah, you don't want to do that. You're shorting yourself out on that build. Like if you go Zerkers and pickaxe, then you have a lot of attack speed, a lot of movement speed to abuse your range more, and you also have the AD from pickaxe that helps your warlords out.
Okay.
Crit does help your warlords out as well, and you do get a little bit of movement speed. In this, it's just you want to hard commit to IE because of how cheap it is right now, and because of the way Caitlyn operates. Having Zerkers early is really nice, and it helps you shove. With Trap Max, even, it's actually better than most routes. Just as long as you don't get too much attack speed early. But,
And then is there ever a point when Hurricane is better first?
maybe against like 2 or 3 tanks, and you need to spread out an Executioner's Calling. Like they have a Soraka and 2 super tanks or something. That's like super situational. And you would have to not really be laning as much at that point. You just canceled the trap that would have hit Jax by putting the next one down. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
There was a trap right under Jax, and you saved him from getting rooted by it because you placed another one. So it canceled it. But yeah, in general, you guys are, like, every time you shove up like this, you need to ping back your support. You have a lot of control of this lane, more than you think. You just need to see, oh shit, there's Fog of War again. Nami has a lot of different ways to set up Jax. He can come through here. Also, you can't be at this tower when you don't have a support because 3v1 is always possible. So that whole thing is just like a big fiesta. But do you understand why?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
And then if they have, like, a lot of tanks, then going for Verborg.
Yeah. I mean, Fervor Bork is for like 2 to 3 tanks, but because the like IE and Zeal just got buffed so much and the lower costs, it's pretty worth going them regardless a lot of the times.
Okay.
Unless you really need like that percent HP because you have and also like lifesteal because you have a full AD comp or something, and then they're gonna go like all armor with Thornmail and shit, and you're gonna go like pretty much Bork, Runons, and a last whisper item or a cleaver even. But that's like super specific, you know what I mean? I honestly think for solo
Mhm.
queue, IE is really IE and Warlords are really good right now. Ooh, okay. Keep going, keep going. Nice. Alright, you should get this tower now, because it's against the melee mid, and you're Caitlyn and Annie. And you even have, yeah, you even have a Lowy sting, it looks like. Ah, no, never mind. But Blitz is coming, so he's also pretty good against melees. Even if
He's
it's...
going top.
Alright, that's fine. You guys still overpower this guy, because he used his cooldowns. You should put your... If you ever get in a situation like this, not right now, because you're going to be done anyway, but you could put your last one here, because just mathematically how it works, if you put one here, it might overlap a little, and it also like just doesn't make full use of, you know, the fact that you could layer it. If you put it here, then it gets like the maximum amount of efficiency, because they'd have to click, 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 and like if they legit took the time to go all this way and snake here, they're already dead. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it would give them only one option here, and if they try to engage through this way, it's just like any stun, you can replace this trap down into here, and then it's over. They can never engage into you this way. That's why the sieges are so good. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, that's fine. You didn't have to place another there if you're about to just take the tower down.
Yeah, I don't really like worry about placing a whole bunch of traps when there's like nobody there.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's going to be nobody there a lot of the time early game because people feel like they have to stick to the lane assignments always. So yeah, you can just max the Q because you haven't really used the traps that much if you've noticed. Like at least the
Yeah.
5 of them. You started using them in combat when you needed to at the right times, but yeah, like a lot of times you could have just been fine with the 3. You need mana, so don't put the trap down there. Because you could have actually auto and then EQ'd him if you didn't trap. You would have had enough for Q still. And then you would have had almost enough for E and also your ultimate. And your ultimate's important here for getting that range across onto them if you're trying to take the tower down. Okay. Yeah, that's just mainly Lee being dumb. You can shove here, base. Make sure it shoves the tower. If Lee holds that again, you're not happy. Okay.
Yeah, I
All right.
think Blitz
Blitz
kills
is just
himself for
gonna...
the tower, so.
Yeah, attaboy. There you go. Pike. That's not the right move. Oh, this pains me. My heart. Get into the bottom Wraith Brush so you could get right onto mid after you take this. I'm just smiling IRL. I don't know what else to do. Yeah, so you gave up mid tower without taking the red buff. And that is very unhealthy. Economically speaking. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Put your trap down here. You should have put one down here while you were walking back. So, like, walk back, set one, and then keep walking, let them go. As soon as you see him turn this corner, you can just go, like, this way, and trail them. Okay. You gotta love it when mid laners can just rush Banshee's Veil and make champions like Fizz absolutely irrelevant.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. Everybody's just rushing it. Okay. Oh boy. You got no scope, dude. Right between your team.
Yeah, that happens.
So that's something you have to watch out for. And this is a really big trap for ADCs across the board in solo queue, right? Every time your team goes to turn a corner, a lot of times it's going to close the distance between them and the enemy team, right? And you're not always considering that when you're just trying to get to your team, but you have to. And if they go this way, you as the ADC are not entitled to this in any way, shape, or form. They're entitled to this because they're tanky, because they have a different kind of speed up or flash. Like, they're not going to be able to get bursted 100-0. But you have to go all the way around because you don't earn yourself that. You're an ADC. Like, you're bottom of the barrel. You're a social pariah until the late game. Does that make sense? So,
yeah.
and even then, it's risky for you to walk through here. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right. ADCs aren't actually prized till the late game, by the way. There are a lot that are useful early, mid in their own ways. But a lot of times you do feel like bottom of the barrel trash. Especially in solo queue where it's not like your team is playing around you in any way. But yeah, for that reason especially, you have to be really careful in solo queue because nobody's playing around you. Nobody's thinking, oh, I'm going to help this Caitlyn. Unless you're like 20-0, and even then it's risky because they're going to think that you can just handle it on your own anyway a lot of the time. So, yeah, think for yourself. Be a survivalist in that regard. And don't take that risk. And that's actually, if you fix that, then I'm sure you'll realize, like, that's one thing that'll spike your win rate a little bit, but, like, really quick. Like, you'll gain an instant, like, 2 to 3% win rate over all your ADC games within the next couple weeks, just because, like, you're not taking that risk of walking the same direction your team is and taking that death. Because it can really turn games, you know what I mean? Like, if that happens at 40 minutes, the game is over.
Right.
So...
yeah, my favorite part about being ADC is when, like, the 1-8 Syndra just flash ults you and you die.
Yeah.
And you're, like, 20-4.
That's, so you can put out, there's a reason they call it glass cannon, right? Like...
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, you can actually GA these days pretty early. Probably not, yeah, probably not this game. Maybe, like, fourth game. Yeah, fourth item here wouldn't be bad. Oh my god, dude. Maybe now. How about now, dude?
Yeah, when I was, like, rewatching this game, I was like, I probably should have just gotten GA third.
Yeah.
And then, like, or at least
Well,
just, like,
no,
played,
I was
like,
mainly,
a lot safer.
So, the GA third is actually a fine idea here, just because they're going to be blowing so much on bursting you, and if they do, at least your team can like fight them off, and then they still have to save a rotation to take you out if they wanna kill you after the GA. So like it helps your team out a lot. But you don't have to be that sacrificial lamb right now. You're actually about to ramp up and start doing some damage if you want to, if you like end up really focusing. But like the thing is, you can't shove up here with them, like I said, with this fog of war all over the place. Like you need to ping them off, and you need to tell them. You can literally back up here and type in chat. Like go to the fountain and look at the fountain and just stare at the fountain. Like you just need some serious help with all the issues you're facing as an attack damage carry. And type to the team. Team, please, I can't walk mid with you if you don't. Well, don't actually go back to the fountain. But say, I can't go mid with you if we don't have it warded. And a lot of people think like typing in chat is mainly complaining, but I've told you like 2 different things to type in chat right now so far for this game, and they're just things that would be strictly efficient and helpful, and that's all you have to say, right? And that just helps your game out a lot because they're not thinking about your needs, like I said, in any way, shape, or form at any time. So you have to let them know, like, yes, you got out of early game with Lucian 0-2-0 and Nami was 0-3-0. So the enemy bot lane was absolutely useless. You're a big weapon to your team over Lucian because you just put out way more DPS than him. Maybe not as much now because he's actually gotten to ramp up a little bit, got his Bork with his fervor, but like especially once you actually had some AD, and if you maybe went Zerkers and didn't invest so much into Tabbies early, you would be out DPSing him hard. So you would actually be a win condition for your team, and they need to recognize that. And if they don't, then shit luck. You can't move up with them, and you can't do what they want to do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What? He had that? Okay, I guess. He didn't even need to flash. He gave you a lot of respect there. Alright, yeah, so that's just pretty much the same exact point, you know what I mean? So this is a problem that now you see. It's like, okay, we were looking at early game and it's like, alright, he's making a couple mistakes, it's nothing too major. What is it that's really keeping him that he can improve on quick and then maybe gain some fresh elo, like, real fast? And this is it, right here, like you see it right before your eyes, right? So, even if, like, Fish gets to push mid, who cares? He wouldn't have gotten an extra tower there. There's nothing extra he would have gotten. There's no point in you moving all the way up here for the CS. It's not that time in the game. Like, you don't have the safety of seeing that everyone is in their lanes, and you don't have any vision. So, you can't be shoving up when that's the case. And you're going to have to play super safe on a macro level if they end up shafting you because of their positioning, or if your team win condition is just not to, which in this scenario it isn't, because like I said, you were really strong. But if there's any conditions that are met that mean that, okay, they're going to have to leave you be by yourself, then your goal is either to safe farm or set up in a way where you can still put out damage but not insta-die behind them, where they actually do have vision or pressure. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Look at this guy kick flashing the Fizz away into safety. Alright. Yeah, hit him. Force him to E defensively instead of on your team, and that's pretty good. Put another one on. No, they backed out. That's good. Alright. Gotta be careful, dude. That's just another 100-0 waiting to happen.
Yeah, no, the range on the Fizzle is really long.
Hmm?
The range on the Fizzle is really long.
Yeah. That's for sure. He has a lot of 100-0 potential now, too, if he can hit the ult, because, like, They buffed all his AP ratios because they made it a little harder to hit it. But good players won't really matter to them. Oh man. Wait, he flashed. You should time that. Yeah, you haven't clicked on any of the summoners to time any of them.
Oh, I didn't see that he flashed.
I saw the little animation that Jax made. Because I think he was trying to E, jump, and then flash. We could go back and check, but then I'd risk being wrong. So you can just go back and look. If I'm just kidding. Here, we'll see. I thought I saw it in the Fog of War, honestly, after you flashed. It might have been the leftover from you. Here we go. Hit that 0.5. Oh, shit. Yeah, see? He did. He did. Didn't he?
No, he just jumped to Fizz with his Q.
Holy shit. Okay, hold on. Maybe he did. Yeah, see? I think he jumped to Fizz right as your flash animation was ending right here. Look. See how that looks that way?
Yeah.
Yeah, and because of the way the camera was. Alright. So, I'm not crazy. Alright. You really need a rapid fire, because this is another thing I was telling you, is the 650 range is never enough against Fizz when you guys are 5v5ing, right?
Yeah.
Like, it never feels that way, because every time you step up to 600 range, you're already backing out before you even pop your auto off, because you're too scared. And for good reason. I like that buy, actually. The GA here is fine. And you'll still put out good DPS.
Yeah, especially with the BF build.
Yeah. Well, it's also because you have Zeal already, like, on top of the Runons and IE.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kate, like, really comes online when she gets, like, 70% crit.
Yeah. Pretty nasty.
You know, I was just trying to, like, poke him out of the fight by hitting the Alawi thing, and then I ended up killing him.
Nice. I didn't even see that. I guess he stayed to receive the damage from it or something the entire time. Yeah, that's interesting. Huh. E? Nice. Very nice. Good job. Alright. The best is when they have GA against Kate, dude. Oh my god.
Or Zonia's.
Yes. Oh man.
But yeah, I put those traps down there so that, like, he would, like,
yeah, if he flashed
go
or
towards...
dashed because he already flashed. Yeah, I feel you. That's fine. You could put another one like over the wall. Maybe.
Yeah, I just wanted to like force him towards our base.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Or at least that was my plan there.
Mhm. So you have good thinking, like heat of the moment. You just need to work on your CSing, a couple things in lane, itemization, and maxing stuff, and then like maxing your abilities, even just on Kate, and then yeah, like the getting caught thing. Those are the really big things to take away so far, and we'll see how you team fight if you guys ever do have a 5v5 where Fizz doesn't just sit on your face. Trap the entrance, auto. You can keep playing around this trap and just trapping here. If you're not autoing, you should be trapping between every single movement. You're like walking around without really making use of that, yeah. You shouldn't trap this when he's on top of you. You're going for your safety first in that scenario.
Okay, because I trapped right in front of me. And then he walked onto it.
Yeah. Well, no, because you trapped in front. You were trying to trap Fizz in the Zonias. That's what you were doing.
Oh, I also trapped like right in front of me.
Alright, let's see. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you're trying to live, don't put that down there. This trap that you put down here again, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good call. Because he's not going to be able to E right away anyway, right out of the Zonias at this level yet, I don't think.
It's kind of one of those things where some people can,
Or not
and
at
then
this level,
others can't.
Yeah. No, Fizz usually has it like 1.5 or 2 seconds, I believe, after Zhonya's. But even then, even if it was gonna be difference between life and death for Fizz, you're more worried about your own life or death because he's already used his cooldowns, and so he's put out most of his DPS. And the next one, if he E's, it's gonna be for survival more than DPS. So you're way better off just looking out for yourself, because you're still gonna have DPS with your autos because you're not a cooldown based champion. Does that make sense? Cool, cool. All right. So don't go here. You can just walk down. Okay, that's fine, I guess. I was going to say just intercept the next wave, take golems and base. Because you know none of them are going to be right there. Don't do that. Oh, my heart. Yikes. You know what else sucks about having Warlords and Shiv too, even though it makes your whatever faster, even though Rapid Fire Cannon does it as well, like your Warlords, it kills all the minions. So you don't get to Warlords off more minions if you need to. And you don't get to like even stack it more off of just autoing while moving. But yeah, in general, Rapid Fire Cannon, you should have even won it before Runon's this game like we were talking about before. What's that range? Alright, one sec. I'll go back here. You got way too close towards the end there. Oh no, he just got kicked to you, I guess. That's fine. Since it was only 2, you're fine, yeah. That's good. They just got caught. That's pretty much it. You should get in the 650 range. Or, like, not even. You could even get further. Because you have the trap on him, so you're going to have the extended auto. You shouldn't be in the range where Lucian can hit you anymore after he gets out of GA.
Okay.
You want to be as healthy as possible. It's fine. That's pretty good positioning.
Yeah, I placed those traps so that I could see if they were coming, and then when they stepped on them, I just positioned towards the back so that I could E or flash over.
Or even if you didn't, then the fight would be... Because if you position towards the back, then the fight is set up. Like, your front line's in front of you, they see everyone, you're good. Instead of you being at the back and, you know, like, clumping with them and being able to be flanked, so... Always think about that, like, your positioning relative to your teams. It's trippy to see you almost done with your build at 34 minutes because of the cost reduction of IE and then the fact that GA is so cheap. I mean, I guess this is standard. I just wouldn't expect it with, you know, 225 CS, but you do have a lot of kill participation too. But yeah, if you get your CSing better in lane where you already have pressure, and it's like, they have Nami, but you and Blitz are playing well enough to the point that, or not even, like, I mean, Blitz is just getting good hooks. So it's like, you got the DPS to follow it up and pressure them off, and you had a really good start. Just maximize that with items, and, yeah, like, make sure that you're positioning well around your team, because that's huge. So, okay, any questions?
So basically I need to work on CS scene and making sure that I, like, respect Fog of War.
Yep.
And then I need to build IE into attack speed boots.
Well, not in every game, obviously. It's just like it's a situational thing, and you'll feel it out better and better as you go along, and what works better in which matchups.
Okay.
Yeah, like maximize. If you have Lucian, who you can beat just straight up autoing more and more with the AD that you have because you're just so ahead of him, then you could just, like I said, go Berserkers, BF pickaxe, and then the Tabbies didn't really do anything for you there because anytime that Fizz was going on you, you're gonna die anyway, and it's not like Jax is really. I mean, I guess the one dragon fight saved you from Jax, but that's just a positioning thing anyway. You know what I mean? You need to also use your range. You're not respecting your maximum range at every turn. And even though, like, yes, you have a really good build for just chunking people hard and bursting people down, do it at, like, a range where, you know, you could stay safe. You don't have to go for the kill every time. Even if you chip people down, it's better than risking dying and, like, getting a kill, and even one-for-oneing most of the time because you're playing ADC. Or unfortunately, a lot of times it ends up 0-for-1, or even worse if you end up getting caught because you don't respect the enemy team's catchability. So, yeah, focus on the CSing, Fog of War, respect, ganking, like talk to your support if you know you're going to get ganked. Look at the minimap because they're not going to as much as they need to ever.
Right.
And then, yeah, just don't. Like, recognize what your team is trying to do, and don't die in exchange for it, even if at the time it's just holding everything. If you're holding everything and the map is closed for you, and you're just going to wait it out, and it sucks, and you're just going to have to stand by your inhib tower and not die, then fine. But that's just what you got to do in that scenario, and that's your win condition. Don't die. Don't give them a chance, especially as Caitlyn in the mid-game. If you start giving them leads in the mid-game, they can run with it really hard. But if you just get from that little dip from early game to late game that she has, like, you know, against Lucian, Ezreal, whatever it may be, then you're in a really good spot. And if you can get a CS lead over Lucian with the kills and everything that you had over him, then that's even better. So yeah, but you can't be missing like even 1 to 3 minions a wave, like 1 to 2 minions even. That's like 40 gold per wave, and every minute you're losing 80 gold pretty much. So
yeah, and that adds up really quickly.
Yeah, of course. 10 minutes, that's 800 gold, dude. That's huge. So yeah. Anything else?
What do you think about like the Rift Herald and like how that?
Yeah, so how that affects
ADC,
play, especially on
should
Kate.
play around that.
Yeah, so especially on Kate, if you have a wave clearing mid, it's pretty good these days to take the bot lane mid and then put the mid laner bot and just make sure that they can't get dove 3v1 with a jungler hovering mid to bot a lot of the time. Now, that's like a lot harder to do and execute in solo queue, but a lot of times, I mean, that will still remain true. Like when you take first tower, you're going to want to go to a solo lane and put whatever wave clear you have elsewhere so that you could try to take tower. But now it's also cool because like if you play it mid instead of top and swapping the side lanes out that way, then you also have control over Rift while being able to siege. So yeah, but other than that, it doesn't really change your role around much. Like if your team ends up getting it, cool, and use it in the best way that you can, like whether you're sieging and have a big advantage or you force someone to base. Yeah, don't get it and waste it, and don't give it up for the love of God if you can afford not to. So, that's about it for Rift Herald as an ADC.
Okay, so the answer is it doesn't really affect anything. Just it's still like a luxury.
Not in your bot lane. Well, it's not just a luxury because it's actually like a threat if they do end up getting it. But
right,
yeah, it's not gonna affect your bot lane early to mid game in any way unless you know your team ends up needing a fight for it. So yeah. Alright, so if you have any other questions, like itemization, whatever, you could just screenshot the comps and whatnot to me like always.
okay.
And yeah.